Hi everyone, this is Danny and welcome on in. Today I'm going to be painting some red toadstool mushrooms nestled in some soft moss. Now, let's get started. I already started out painting my canvas, the first layer, and forgot to hit record, of course. Still got to get used to hitting that button. So I started out with like a Payne's gray here at the bottom, and I mixed it on in with a little bit of white and a little bit of very, very light green. So if you just have like green oxide, add a little bit of white to it, and that will be totally fine. And then white at the top, and then I'm just using a mop brush to blend it all in and really soften it up. I'm going in with a 3/4 inch bristle brush and like a sap green kind of a color, and then a darker green. And I'm just stippling in the moss, like a little mountain of moss. And just dab it on in, and you really want to see that texture. I did this when the first layer was still kind of wet, so it kind of blended in a little bit and it really softened it up. I'm just lightening it up here with a little bit of a lighter green, just the light green added with a little white. And I drew on my little mushrooms, very simple basic shapes here. Now I'm just using a light brown color, just white and brown, for the stems. I want to put a nice bend in the stems. It gives it such a whimsical look. And I'm using a little bit of Payne's gray for the center mushroom for the underneath part of the cap. Blend it on in a little bit there. Now I'm putting some brown on the edge on the left hand side for some shadow for the darker side. And you can do this while it's still wet. Totally fine. I'm using a number 4 round synthetic brush. I'm going in and starting the cap of the mushroom just with a dark red. I just added whatever red I had, which was just plain red, added a touch of black, very little bit, like a dab of black, to darken it up just a little bit. And just paint it in. Very simple shapes here, as you can see. They're very simple, easy shapes to do. I'm just adding a little bit of white on the right hand side for a little highlight. This canvas is very small. It's about 10 by 8 inches. It's pretty small. Now I'm putting a little more Payne's gray underneath this mushroom here, just to give it that mushroom look, you know, like those lines of the mushroom underneath. And then adding a little more of that stem color and just kind of blend it in. You want to see some of those lines though, because you know those lines of those mushrooms have. Now I'm adding a very little bit of black and that dark red on the left hand side. Very little bit of black, and just darken up the left hand side. The left hand side is where our shadows are going to go, and the right hand side is going to be for the lighter side, the highlight side. I'm just adding a little shadow underneath the cap of the mushroom onto the stem, with a tiny bit of black, like a dab. And for this I'm using a number 2 inch round. Now I'm adding just straight red onto the right hand side, and then you're going to want to blend that into the dark side. Okay. The dark side. Let that one dry, go on to the next one, just straight red. Darker red. Blend that in with the darker red. Now I'm doing a little bit of white on the side here just to lighten it up. And a little bit of white, a little bit of yellow to brighten it up. Let it dry and then go over it again with just straight red, and it will brighten it up. I'm just gonna like keep brightening up the right side right now. I'm just layering the red. As it dries, I go in again and just keep layering it. I added a little bit of black under that cap there for a little bit of depth. A little more red. They're so cute. I love these mushrooms. A little bit of white on that center one. Right. Blend it in with that main mushroom stem color, the light brown. Now I'm just grounding in the mushrooms so they don't just look like they're sitting on top of the moss. They're kind of nestled in the moss with a little bit of that light green and some yellow and dark green and browns. Just have fun with it. I'm using here a fan brush and I'm just twisting and turning it different ways. Now I'm going in with straight white. I want my red to be really bright, so I put some just straight white on the dry. You make sure that it's dry, your mushroom. Go in with some straight white, let that dry completely. Because we're gonna go over top of that again when it's dry with white, and it's really gonna pop. And it really pops because you're putting it on top of white. That darker side, dark red. Now I'm going in with that stem color, that light brown, and I'm starting the little spots on the mushrooms. Just dot them in. Don't make perfect circles, just very organic. Big ones, small ones. Now I'm going in with brown, and on the left side of those dots, I'm putting just a little tiny line. I know you can't see it, but it's really easy. Just a little tiny brown line on the left underside of each dot. And then you go in on the right side of those dots with a little bit of white for the final highlight, and they really pop. So just like everything else, left side is dark, right side is light. So with those dots, same thing. So here's the light brown little dots on the mushroom. And now I'm going in with the brown. See, I'm going on the left hand side, just a little dash, just a very, so this really makes them stand out. Like they already look like they're just popping. And then on the right hand side, just another, just very little bit white, and just dot, dot, dot. And there you go. We have a mushroom. Thank you so much for joining me, guys. Till next time. Bye.